Welcome to the Sick for the Hunt YouTube channel, and thanks for joining us on this episode with Justin Fisketjon as we are back in North Dakota as Justin chases big whitetail bucks with his bow. And this episode has a very surprise ending that you're not going to want to miss. So make sure you watch the entire episode, hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment on the video, let us know what you think about our channel, and enjoy this hunt with Justin Fisketjon in North Dakota. Sick for the Hunt is brought to you by Athlon Optics, Baronet Blinds, Custom Bow Equipment, Element Archery, Elite, Final Rest, Flying Arrow Archery, Fourth Arrow Camera Arms, Canati Elite Taxidermy, Pure Crappie Tackle Company, River's Edge Tree Stands, Scott Archery, Tacticam, Wind Scent, and by Pure Whitetail.
September the 28th. We are back in North Dakota now. My buddy Troy Hendrickson shot an awesome bull elk with his bow out in Montana yesterday. We got it all taken care of, packed out, dropped off at the meat shop, and made it back last night in time to get everything put away and organized. And somehow I had enough energy to get up this morning and come sit in a tree. Yesterday morning, there was a couple nice bucks that come through this spot according to the trail camera. So, optimistic. Hopefully they do the same thing again this morning. It's a little after 7 right now. We only got 10-15 minutes until legal shooting light. Got everything set up in the tree. Arrow knocked and loaded on the bow. And we're ready for some action. Public land. North Dakota archery. We're going to try to smash a great buck for you this morning on camera, so stay tuned.
Just as soon as there was enough camera light to start filming, Justin looked down and seen 2 good bucks coming right for his direction. Both bucks he had previously had on his Tacticam reveals day in, day out, and now they're coming right for the base of Justin's tree.
across any of the trails. I ended up going past my tree. And all these deer that came through this morning, they could smell me, and I had a doe and that one horn buck. Good pulsing. Please, God. Let that be a fatal shot. Alright folks, it's been about 7 hours since I put an arrow in that deer this morning. Went back home after I followed the trail a little bit this morning for about 125 to 150 yards, and he bled really good right away, and it started kind of dying off. And I was getting pretty close to a bedding area, so I felt pretty good about it maybe going in there and laying down. So I just decided to back out, went home, kind of collected my thoughts and watched the footage. Same thing as what I kind of thought happened this morning. Definitely hit him a lot further back than I would have liked. The height was good. Just hit him quite a bit back. He was quartering away a little bit, and judging by the amount of blood and the color of the blood, pretty optimistic that I was able to catch at least part of the liver. So talking to McAllister and a couple of the other guys on the staff, we all feel pretty good about him being down. Just had to give him ample time to expire, and hopefully he's laying not too far from where I last stopped, or where I stopped tracking him there. I set my bow and my arrow and everything there and marked the last blood right on the fringe of that bedding area. So we're gonna go down there, pick the trail back up. Hopefully we can find that deer. He's a stud.
Well, after returning to the spot where he had shot the big typical buck, Justin found a really good sign. Multiple beds with blood in them, other really good spots of blood. It was encouraging because we felt like the buck was going to be around the next bend, but that never happened. Justin covered miles of grid searching with no results. It's like the buck just vanished. And we really drew up one conclusion. And the coyotes had got on the trail of the buck, smelled the injured buck, and pushed the buck either into the river and he swam the river, or he jumped into the river and he floated downstream. And a couple days later, Justin got the answer that he was looking for.
Wow. He stinks. Well, I'm sure of that. Whew. I could have pulled in upstream on it. Not even that bad a shot. Look at it. No, it's angled up a lot more than I even thought it was. Yeah. Go, man. Thank you for helping find this thing. Holy cow. Well, we got him. First off, before I say anything else, I want to thank my good buddies, Steve and Ashley Harris, for spending the whole day out on the river searching for me. Steve came down with me yesterday too, and I think we both put on over 5 miles. Utilized the Onyx app quite a bit looking for this deer.
marking where I shot him, where the blood was, and turned on the tracking app so we could grid this whole freaking place out here and try to not leave any leaf unturned. So between me and Steve and a couple other buddies, we put on over 20 miles walking this spot where I shot him, and kind of running out of options. And told Steve, I said, man, I feel pretty strongly that he either got in the river and didn't make it across and floated down, or got to the other side. And he spent the whole day out here looking for me, and on his way back up the river, he was checking this side, and they spotted him. Just a little bit of the body and the arrow sticking up out of the water was all that they could see. And they pulled up, and sure as heck it was him. And he called me, and right away I didn't know what to say. It's still a little bittersweet finding him this way and not making a good shot. I mean, I don't have an excuse for that. I mean, I hit it back, way further back than I should have, and he ended up going about 1,000 yards according to Onyx. And to swim across the river, I never would have thought he would have had the energy to make it across here. But we stayed persistent, we put in the work. Thankful to have great friends to help me come down and look for this deer. And on a year where we've been just ravished by EHD, the nice bucks are few and far between, and getting an opportunity at one and almost losing was pretty heartbreaking. But unfortunately, we won't be able to salvage the meat. But as far as I was concerned, my bow tag was filled, and at least now it's wrapped around his antlers. And learned some valuable lessons from this hunt, and the most important one is to never give up. As tough as that was at times, I mean, we had a tracking dog down here, let him lay all day, followed the blood trail, bowed up and down the river, used Onyx to grid every part of that piece that I shot him on. I mean, you name it, we did it all. And finally, right towards the bitter end, it paid off, and here he is, just a gorgeous deer. The number one deer I was after. I had quite a few trail pics of him. And he was coming through that spot. I hung a stand there, and I knew it was just a matter of being in there when he came through, because he wasn't super consistent coming through there on back-to-back days, but it was definitely a favorite travel corridor for him, and finally was able to capitalize the other morning.